Hi everyone, welcome to the As Explored Facebook page. My name is Arlene. We've got a nice 30-minute yoga session for you today. So if you want to grab your yoga mat or Pilates mat, just have a nice clear space that's comfortable, good traction and not slippery. You can grab your water and just feel free to do any of the movements that feel comfortable for you today. You're welcome to have pillows, blankets, or other yoga equipment that might be nice for you to support your body. Okay, great. So if you want to start by just laying back on your mat, we're going to have a kind of floor-based session today. So we'll do some standing postures towards the end, but if you want to just settle into your mat and get comfortable, make little adjustments to feel as comfortable as possible. So just checking in if you want to adjust your shoulders, your arms, hand placement, your legs. So you can start with your legs straight or your knees bent, wherever that feels comfortable for you. And as you come into this moment, just notice in its natural state the flow of your breath. So notice your inhalation, the parts of your body that move, and your exhalation, parts of your body that connect with the ground. So you can relax completely through your touching points. And with each breath, just allow your breath to feel without effort. And you might notice the breath naturally starts to feel longer and deepen in your body. So you might notice the inhalation rise near your navel and make movements in your rib cage. You can feel the breath reaching into your chest, your shoulders. But when you exhale, let go. No effort. Let the back of your head, your touching points with the mat, your arms, your legs, your hips, your feet relax. And with your next breath, you might feel the breath start to rise a bit without effort near your hips, that rise of your navel, rib cage expanding. You can feel the breath reaching up to the top of your head, into your chest as well. And as you exhale, relaxing each part of your body, relaxing your hips, your legs, your knees, your ankles. And just feel how taking that time to just notice your breath helps to bring you to just this moment. And it's natural if your mind wanders, but just come back to the sensations of the breath without effort. Good. So continue to notice your breath. If it feels labored at all, you can make adjustments to feel comfortable in both body and breath. And when you're ready, we'll just start to make little movements now to reconnect with the body. So you can wiggle your fingers and toes or turn your head side to side. Just little movements like that to reconnect and awaken. And when you're ready, just start to bend your knees and place the bottoms of your feet on the floor. And just check in here that your body feels in alignment, so it doesn't feel like one hip is on an angle. It's just everything, either side of your spine feels connected and mirrors each other. So if you bring your arms up towards the ceiling, your fingertips towards the ceiling, and then just have your palms facing each other, and then just slowly start to open your arms out to the side in a T. And just notice how that feels. As your breath change a bit, you can feel the breath in your rib cage, perhaps in your chest. Good. Then if you lift your one foot off the floor, I'm going to lift my right foot, and then just turn your knee out to the side and place your ankle on your thigh, and just notice how that feels for a moment. Good, little rotation, and you can just start to rock side to side here, from right to left. Just a very small sway or movement. And just notice how that feels on the lower back. Good, and you can even see if your head just naturally turns side to side. So sometimes your head turns away from your knees or your legs, but just notice what occurs naturally. Good, and then we'll come back to the center, and your feet stay as they are, and then just the foot on the ground. So I've got my left foot on the floor. Just slide that foot further away from your body, and then just do the same movement again, but with ease, slower this time. So you might bring your knees over to the left if you've got your left foot on the floor, and then back to center, and then very slowly over to the other side. And just notice how that feels. Again, that little rotation. Good. So we'll just do another round each side there. And just noticing where does that create a little bit of length or space on the side, body, your lower back. Lovely. Okay. So if you bring both feet to the floor, and just take a moment to notice any differences right side to left. So just from those little movements, how has your body changed at all? And we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, other foot lifts, knee out to the side, ankle resting on your opposite side, and then just start to, again, rock side to side. Notice As you sway your knees or your legs, where does the head go? Maybe it just likes resting in the center. It might be different on this side. It might turn away from the legs. Good, and just notice how that feels. It's almost a little massage effect for your lower back and even your bottom and your hip space. Good, lovely. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to the center and then just slide your foot on the floor away from you a little bit and do that same again, but this time just holding. When you come to one side, just hold for a few breaths there. And notice if you feel tension at all in your legs, you can relax them. And then we'll come to the center and do the other side when you're ready. Good, and again, just notice where the head turns naturally. We'll do that same thing again on each side once more. And just feel, where do you come to that stillness? Can you let your body feel heavy so you can let the muscles relax? Good, and we'll swap over to the other side again. And just think about letting go, almost like a seed that's planted, kind of relaxes into the soil or nestles into the soil. Good, and then we'll come back to center. Great. Okay, then if you come to place your feet on the floor and just give yourself almost like a little hug. So you place one elbow on top of the other and your fingertips on the side of your body. And you can even walk your fingertips further along your back if that's comfortable. And just stay there for a moment and breathe here into your shoulder blades. Relax your jaw and the sides of your neck. Good, and when you're ready, we'll take a nice full body stretch. Just do that at your own pace. Lengthen your arms overhead, legs long, and you can do that either with flexed feet, lengthening your heels away, or pointing your toes, whatever feels comfortable. You can just feel almost like an elastic band stretching. Your fingers reach in one direction, your toes or your legs, your heels in the other. And that creates that lovely long spine. Lovely. And when you're ready, bring both knees to your chest, hold your shins, stay here, just make any rocking that feels nice to release out any tension to your rock side to side. You might butterfly your knees open. So just check in with what feels nice for you. Good, and when you're ready, either roll to one side or just gently rock up. Good, and we'll come to all fours on hands and knees. So when you come to all fours, we're just setting up for cat and cow. So place your hands about the width of your shoulders, your knees about the width of your hips, and think about creating a long line from your tailbone all the way up through your spine to the back of your neck. Good, and then as you inhale, we'll come to cow pose. Relax your belly towards the mat, your tailbone tips up. You can feel your whole front body start to open. Just at your own pace when you're ready. You might do this with your exhalation, coming to cat, rounding your spine so you can look at your knees and feel that space between your shoulder blades. Good, so we'll do a few more rounds of cat and cow, and just do that at your own pace. Inhaling for one and exhaling for the other. And think about that movement of your spine all the way from your tailbone through your mid-back, your shoulder blades to the back of your head. And as you exhale, that rounding, releasing upwards. But with that release of your spine towards the ceiling, you can feel your hands and your knees start to soften into the ground. So the ground supports you, give you that space to reach your spine upwards and relax. Lovely. So we'll do one more round of cat and cow, just at your own pace. You can stop at any time. Lovely. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll come to a neutral spine and just come to extend a child's pose. So bottom to your heels, forearms down. You might start to bring your head closer to the ground. You can do that with support, one or two fists, or rest your forehead on the ground itself. And just make this your own. So just check in if you like to reach your fingertips to the front of the mat, kind of to create that stretch like we did when we were laying down. Or sometimes it's nice to rest your hands on either side of your feet or on your lower back. So wherever that feels nice for you. If you do like the lower back near your tailbone, you can even interlace your fingers and just roll your shoulders back and start to extend your knuckles away from you if that's comfortable, just as an option. So just see wherever you like to practice that. So whatever hand placement feels nice for your child's pose. And think again about that seed relaxing into the ground so you can soften. And as you let gravity take over, it helps to relax through your lower back, your bottom, the sides of your hips, and even the shins. Lovely. So one more breath here. If you lift your forehead, we'll do a little side bend in child's pose. Walk your hands over to one side and coming to the right. Rest your forehead down. If your hands are over to the right, you can even reach your left arm a bit further away. Let your shoulders feel comfortable, so you can adjust that width between your arms. But let your bottom relax to your heels, and that helps to relax that whole side of your body, all the way from your hip to your rib cage, up to your shoulders, and even to your little finger. Good. Then we'll lift our forehead, walk through center, and just come over to the other side when you're ready. little side bend to the other side. In child's pose, any support for the head. You can grab cushions or blocks, or use your fist here, and that option to reach. One arm further away, or both. Let's see where that's comfortable. So you can feel that nice release, that connection from your hip all the way up your rib cage to your shoulders and the side of your neck and your arm. Lovely. Then forehead lifts, walk your hands through center. Good, we'll come back up to all fours on hands and knees. Good, from here, if you bring your right foot forward between your hands, and just check in with how that feels. So we'll just start to rock forwards and backwards. So you can feel your knees start to come in the direction of your toes, and just make little adjustments if that's comfortable. You're welcome to step your foot wider out to the side if that feels better for your hip space. So just start to continue kind of leaning forward and then leaning back. And check in if you want more. You can tuck the leg on the floor. I've got my left leg behind me. You can lift up and do the same movement on the ball of your foot with the leg behind you. So just see where that's comfortable for you to practice that. And just notice where that creates a little bit of movement, a little bit of release. You can feel it perhaps in your hips, or even in your feet, in your ankles, perhaps the back of your leg, lower leg, your calf muscle. Good. And then we'll stay with that right foot in front. And as an option, you can bring your left knee down. So I'll just set you up with the knee down option first. Good. So foot stays as it is. So your right foot's there, but just bring your right arm on the inside of your right leg, of your lower leg. And stay here if that's comfortable. So one option, if you have your knee down, is to push your feet and your knee evenly into the ground. And as you push your right foot onto the floor, you can feel that almost create a release in your lower back. Good. So stay there if that's comfortable. If you want more, you can lift your knee off the floor again and just stay there if that feels appropriate. If you do have your knee lifted, you might come into this further by bringing your forearms down, or even your forehead on the ground. You can grab like blocks or anything to relax. You can place the blocks underneath your forearms as well. If this feels uncomfortable on your right foot or your knee, you can step your right foot further out to the right side. Okay, so just see where that's comfortable for you. So just make those little adjustments. We'll just stay there for a few breaths again. So knee down option here. If it's more comfortable, if you have your knee down, you can shorten your stance. And really think about that, just that pushing of your right foot down into the floor. So it gives kind of a similar sensation or feeling for a little bit of release. Good. So one more breath here. So lovely. Then when you're ready, we'll just swap our hand back, our right hand to the outside edge of your foot, if you're near your little toe, and then push either to all fours or to plank pose. So just see which one feels comfortable. We're just going to swap legs from here. Good, so wrists on your shoulders and navel's engaged here. Step your left foot forward between your hands from all fours or from plank. Good, and then we'll start with, again, knee down option and just that movement forwards and backwards with your left knee bent in front of you. So again, you can do that with your right knee down or up on the ball of your right foot. And make that comfortable for you so you can step your feet wider apart if that feels better. Be kind to your knees. So just notice if your knees kind of moving out to the side. Is it more comfortable to step your foot out to the side, or vice versa if your knees coming up towards your big toe? So where is that comfortable for you? Good. One more breath here. Lovely. Again, knee down option. We'll bring our left hand now on the inside edge of our left leg. So option one, same options. You can push your foot down, your left foot down into the floor, and see if that starts to create a little release in your lower back. If you're comfortable up on the ball of your right foot, again, stay there. If that's comfortable, you can come down. As an option, any kind of twisting in your knee, maybe step your foot wider, wherever that's comfortable for you. And again, support your body. It can feel differently right side to left, so whatever feels nice. But just start to relax here for a few breaths. Just feel where that creates a little bit of openness. So it's different a little bit if you have your knee down. That might be creating more openness in your lower back. If you've got up on the ball of your foot, you might feel that more in your hip space. Good, one more breath here. Lovely. And when you're ready, we'll bring our arm again, our left arm on the outside edge of our left foot near the little toe. And then come through all fours on hands and knees. Good, from all fours, we'll just make a little rocking forwards and backwards. And think about like if you were to combine a swaying of your hips side to side with cat and cow. Good, so come back to all fours and now adjust your hips, rock right to left. Good, so here we'll bring in that kind of cat and cow movement on your lower back. Good, So it's almost like your hips are making a circle, like cat and cow. So as your hips come right to left, you can feel this kind of movement in your hips, like your hips are articulating the way they do with cat and cow. Good, and go in the other direction as well, so you can start the sway to the left and then over to the right. You can see that. Lovely. And we'll come back to all fours and hands and knees. It just set up for downward facing dog. So think about your hands as if they were in warm sand, and they're just softening to the earth, and you tuck your toes under, bring your bottom to your heels, and you have that lovely long spine as we practice with child's pose. And with lightness, lift your hips up and come to your down dog. And just make that your own. You can have your knees bent as much as feels comfortable, so you can feel that nice shifting back of your hips to the wall behind you. And you're welcome to bend your knees, turn your head side to side. You can even lift a leg up one at a time for a little flying dog, if that feels nice. Good, so just make those movements that feel comfortable for you. I think my shirt's gonna slide up, so I'll just tuck that in. But continue with your down dog or your child's pose. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll transition to forward fold. So just at your own pace, and if you've done your leg lifts, you can do those evenly. Just walk your hands to forward fold. And option to have your knees bent and rest your forearms in your thighs. And just stay for a few breaths in your forward fold. Notice where that's comfortable. And feel the weight evenly throughout your feet. So it feels like your big toe and your little toe reach out to the sides, like your heels are both evenly on the floor. And just no tension in your shoulders. You can turn your head side to side. Bend in your knees as much as feels comfortable to make that feel right for you. Good, one more breath here. And when you're ready, navel draws in inward, little bend of your knees. Slowly draw your navel inward, come up to standing. Good, we'll bring our arms up overhead. And just a little upper back bend, so weight to your heels, hips forward is an option, or you can just turn your head to look up. Good, so just come into this as much as feels comfortable, so you feel that lovely space in your front body. Good, and then as you exhale, we'll open arms out to the side, give everything a little shake. Okay, so if you come to mountain pose, we'll practice two balance postures next. So welcome to come off your mat or stand near a wall if that's more comfortable. As you come to your mountain pose, just set up so you feel your knees above your ankles, your hips above your knees, and your shoulders above your hips. And your head just kind of nestles atop your spine, like the top of your head's growing up to the ceiling. Good, so from here we'll practice our little balance. So if you shift the weight to one leg, I'm going to shift the weight to my left and bend my right knee. Good, and then if you open your arms out to the side with your elbows bent and your palms are facing up. So stay there if that's comfortable. If you want more, you can make chin mudra, your index finger touch to create a circle. Good, so if you want more balance, you can flex your right foot and imagine there's a string on your right knee and it just draws your knee straight up. So just lift as high as feels comfortable. If you want more from there, you can lift your arms higher so your upper arm is parallel to the floor. And if you want more from there, so your legs stay, but you can start to rotate from your waist towards the right side. Good, see if that's comfortable. If you want more from there, you can open your arms out into a straight line and look behind you. So just see wherever that's comfortable for you. So no pressure to add the rotation. Come out of it at any time and take any of the options. Good. So as you stay there, think about the top of your head lengthens up. Lovely. So when you're ready, we'll start to come out of this little balance. You can linger if that feels comfortable. Just at your own pace, you can start to rotate forward. Relax your arms, relax your legs straight. Give everything a little shake. And as you return to mountain pose after you've shaken out your arms and legs, for them to feel comfortable, just notice in mountain pose any differences. So how does your right foot connect with the floor differently than your left? How does the whole right side of your body feel compared to the left? So what changes have you created in your energy and your feel of your muscles? And we'll do the other side. So just at your own pace, shift the weight over to your right leg. Good. Left knee bends. We'll add that elbow bend. Arms out to the side, palms facing up. Optional chin mudra. Index finger and thumb. Maybe add that flex of your foot. Maybe that lift. Maybe your arms come up overhead. Again, just at your own pace. Optional rotation towards your bent knee. Maybe opening your arms up to in front of you into a straight line. You can even turn your head for an additional challenge. So you can feel how if you add that head rotation, it adds another rotation. So there's a rotation here in our spine, but also all the way up to your neck. Good. So again, just hold that for a few breaths. And think about breathing in all directions. You're breathing out to your fingertips, your arms, to that space behind you, the space in front of you, even above you, and into the floor. Good. So one more breath here. If you're comfortable, again, come out at any time. And then when you're ready, no rush, slowly rotating back to center. You can relax your arms and legs, give everything a little shake. Okay, so before we do the second balance, you stand with your feet about hip width apart, and just inhale your arms up. Exhale, sit as if to chair. Let your arms relax down. I'll just do that from the side view, then inhaling up. And just continue. Good, we'll do 3 more. Lovely. Next one. Just feeling that release your shoulders, your lower back. Good. And then if you continue to stand with your feet about hip width apart, so we'll do a little play with warrior 3 balance. Okay, so feet about the width of your hips here, so kind of parallel feet. Shift the weight over to one leg, so I'm going to shift it to my left. And think about a string on your right heel, if that's the leg you're going to bring behind you. And it just draws your leg straight behind you. And you can stay there with your toes touching if that's comfortable today. And just place your hands on your hips to start. Good. So think about that string. And if you want to, you can start to lean forward. There's a long line from your heel all the way up to the top of your head. So again, just coming to that as much as feels comfortable. So at maximum, we're going to have our chest parallel to the floor. Arms can stay on your hips. You can place them on your lower back, out to the side, or even overhead. You can even play with placing one hand on your straight leg, if that's more comfortable for your balance. So just come out of that at any time. Listen to your body, but think about keeping your hips evenly facing the floor or forward. Good. So one more breath here if you're comfortable. Again, come out at any time. At your own pace, you can think about a string on your toes that are drawing your toes forward. So you keep that long line of your body and you just slowly hinge back up. Good. Lovely. And so when you're ready, you can give a little shake. We'll do that same reset, but just 2. Inhaling, arms up, exhale. Relax your arms down. And again. Lovely. You can add another if you like. And we'll do the other side when you're ready. So just at your own pace, just setting up feet about the width of your hips. Long spine, shift the weight to the other leg. So I'm shifting to my right, string on my heel, drawing it back. That long connection from heel to the top of my head. You can place your arms wherever you'd like to, but I like to start with my hands on my hips today. And think about, again, how much you want to come to that balance. Maybe this is where we'd like to stay today. Maybe slowly start to come hinging further forward. So no pressure. Again, just as much as you'd like to practice. It's your own practice. Where does it want to be? Where does your body feel comfortable? Good. Just at your own pace again, just exploring your warrior 3. Whoa. Good. Another round of breath here. Lovely. And when you're ready, you can think about that string on your toes. I'm gonna fall. Okay. That string on your toes, drawing your toes forward. Lovely. And when you come out, again at your own pace, we'll do another of those 2 movements. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, sitting to chair. Let your arms swing down. Good. Once more. Lovely. Great. So if you step your legs wider than hip distance apart and have the sides of your feet parallel with the sides of the mat, and just think about creating this long spine. So a couple options for your arms. We're going to come to a wide leg forward fold, but you might like to place your hands on your hips. Or if you'd like to, you can place your hands on your tailbone or interlace your fingers behind your back. And you can rotate your shoulders if you want to come into that deeper. So your knuckles are kind of lengthening to the floor. So think about that long spine, so connection from your tailbone to the top of your head, like your top of your head's reaching upwards. And when you're ready with your exhalation, slowly hinge forward. So just stop wherever that feels comfortable. So no pressure to come into that deeply. At maximum, you might have the top of your head lengthening towards the floor, wherever that feels nice for you. But you can feel that connection again from tailbone to the top of your head. If the arm positioning is uncomfortable, you're welcome to do that with your hands on your legs, or even to bring them in forward to the floor. Good. So 2 more breaths here if you're comfortable. Again, come out at any time. Lovely. And then when you're ready, we'll very slowly push your feet, hinging back up to standing. Just at your own pace, like the top of your head is magnetized towards the ceiling away from you. Good. Really nice. Okay. Give everything a little shake. We're going to come to a squat position. So if you just turn your toes out to the sides, your feet hip width or wider, if that's more comfortable, just adjust. Good. And think about your shoulders over hips. Good. And if you bring your hands in front of your heart, and think about that connection from tailbone to the top of your head. And just very slowly lead with your tailbone. We'll start to bend your knees. So you can stop at any point. There's no pressure to come deeply, but you might come so you're having your elbows near your knees. Just stop wherever that feels nice. So as an option, you can start to sway side to side. So you can feel the weight kind of transfer from the back of your foot towards the front. And it's fine if you have your heels off the floor or if you're higher. And that, if you'd like to, you can place support with your forearms on your thighs if that feels more comfortable. Good. Just a little kind of sway side to side. Make it feel comfortable. So if there's tension in your knees, you might change the positioning of your heels. So wherever that feels nice for you. Good, just little movements. And when you're ready, good, we'll come back to a stillness. And you can just sit on the floor now with your legs straight in front of you. Good. And just place your hands out to the side. So option one, your fingertips out to the side. You can just start to lean back and feel your spine long. And then you can start to lift your breastbone up towards the ceiling. Okay. So option two, if you want, you can adjust wherever your arms are. You can either walk your hands further behind you, as long as that's comfortable on your shoulders, or place your hands as they are, bend your knees, and you can bring your bottom towards your heels, just for that nice lift. So wherever that feels nice. You can feel that create space in your chest, perhaps the inner part of your arm, all the way down to your forearm. Good. One more breath here. That's it, lovely. Great. Okay. So if you stay in a seated position, so we'll bend our knees, place your feet on the floor about the width of your hips. Then hold on to your shins or the back of your thighs, just see what's comfortable. Good. And think about that lovely long spine. So we're just going to balance on our sitting bones for a little boat pose. So you can lean back. In option one, point your toes. You can even place your fingertips on the floor if that's more comfortable. Option two, you can lift just one toe or both toes off the ground. And if you want more balance, a challenge, you can extend your arms towards your toes. You can even bring your shins up parallel. Good, but just notice as you lift your legs, you just have to lean back a little bit so you're balancing them on those sitting bones. If you want more from here, you can hold on to your big toes and then stay there or lengthen your heels away from you. Okay, so no pressure, just come into that at your own pace. Just nice little balance. We did a little swaying in our squat position, so it's fine if the windows are open. You might feel a little rocking in your boat pose today. It just happens. Just notice it without judgment. Good. When you're ready, no rush. We'll start to come out of our posture. You can release hold of your toes and bend your knees and bring your feet back to the floor. Good, and then we'll lay back and take a nice full body stretch. So just support your body, laying back. Nice arms overhead, toes reaching long, and feel the breath opening through your spine. Sit tight, and arms have been cut off there. Nice flow of your breath. Lovely. And then as you exhale, just bring one knee to your chest. I'll bring my right knee to chest, hold your shin. Option to bring forehead up towards your knee. Just see how that feels. Good. And then we'll swap and do the other side. So inhale, full body stretch. Arms overhead. Exhale, left knee to chest. Forehead towards your knee. As an option there. Good. Full body stretch again. Inhale. Exhale, both knees to chest. Hold your shins and stay here. Good. So option one, you can stay here and rock side to side. Option two, maybe you like to practice a happy baby pose, so just do what feels right for you. So happy baby pose, flex your feet, bottoms of your feet up towards the ceiling. Your knees are bent, and you can hold on the back of your thighs, or you can hold on to your shins or your calves, your ankles or big toes. Good. And just start to find a nice rocking side to side. And you can do that with more space between your feet, so just do what feels right for you. And you make it quite playful, so sometimes it's nice to extend one leg away from your body at a time. That could be up in the center or out to the side. So whatever feels nice for you. Where does that create nice space? So think about a child or a baby rocking playfully, just exploring. And you can feel here a connection from perhaps your feet to your hip space and your lower back as you make those optional rocking movements. Just kind of notice how that creates space. And even if you are holding on the arms, you might feel that connection with your shoulders and your back. So just let your upper body, your joints feel comfortable and relaxed. Good. And then we'll just very slowly take a nice full body stretch again. Just feel the breath, like a replenishing breath, flow through you from your tips of your toes up through your spine to the tips of your fingers. When you're ready, exhale. Just let go and just come to a comfortable position now for your final relaxation. And just let your body feel comfortable. You're welcome to continue laying down. I'm just going to sit up to talk to you, but just as you relax back, feel nourishing breaths into feel your body and feel every cell. And when you exhale, let go, so your legs can feel heavy, your arms can feel heavy. And just feel your body. Trust the support of the earth below you. So you can relax all your muscles. And just feel with each breath, health, calm, and peace enters. It flows through every cell. And as you exhale, just softening your joints, your ankles, your knees, your elbows, your wrists, your shoulders, your jaw. And just feel now, this is your time to relax and let go. You can feel the effects of your practice on your body, on your mind, on your breath. And I welcome you to stay longer in your relaxation, but I'll leave you here now and thank you for honoring yourself with your practice and practicing with me today. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.